everybody. How are you? Welcome. Good evening. So, Shantal did a live called the Beezing Hour, but it was a little bit different than her usual lives because she did not show her face. She called her live a podcast, although I have seen different people do podcasts, and usually when there's a podcast, there is a specific subject that gets discussed. And with Chantal and her first podcast, it was the same old, same old. Now, I was watching Are You Serious? Are You Serious was doing a live chat. And at the same time that Are You Serious was live, Chantal decided that she wanted to go live. And it's because of Are You Serious being live, and I was talking in Are You Serious's chat, that I made a bit of a boo-boo, one that I've never made before. And I will own it, and I will own up to it. So I had a really bad headache, a really bad earache. And I had Are You Serious on one tab, and then Chantal went live. And so I put her up on another tab. And I was talking Are You Serious's chat, but then I goofed. And then I was talking in Chantal's chat, and I wasn't supporting Chantal. Trust me, I wasn't. I thought I was in Are You Serious's chat, but I wasn't. So I was talking in the wrong place. Oops. Yeah, I did that. I'll own it. That was me not paying attention. That was me just not feeling well, having multiple tabs open. I was in one person's chat, then here comes Chantal as a reactor. I'm looking to see if her content is worth the crap, if it's worth reacting to. So I said a few things in Chantal's chat, nothing in support of Chantal. Some of the beaters didn't like it. Yeah, so you're going to see my name in her chat. So if you do, that's what happened. I was in Are You Serious's live chat. Chantal went live, and I accidentally went over to her chat thinking it was Are You Serious's chat. It was a boo-boo. I didn't stay there long. Once I figured out what was up, and I'm like, oops. So that was a moment. Anyway, I watched part of the live stream. As a matter of fact, I downloaded the live stream because it looked like something that she was going to dirty delete. I've been reacting to Chantal too long. If she's running her mouth, guaranteed whatever she's doing within 24 hours, or maybe even the next hour after she's done, it'll be gone. So just in case, I downloaded the whole doggone thing. Just in case. Just in case. So her live is still up. Going to react to it from there. And if I finish it, I finish it. I can just delete the copy that I have. If she cuts it off, she deletes it, well, I got my copy. You're not going to take this from me, Chantal. Now, what is there to say about the live? What is it all about? Well, the same old, same old. Her talk about the same subjects. But if you want my experienced opinion on the matter, it's the end of the month. Today is the 28th, right? So Chantal only has a few days before the end of the month. She's wanting to finish strong. So this live that she did, this podcast that she did, it's basically her rage farming and channel baiting. Because in the live, she mentions several channels. She talks about the YouTube Underground. She talks about French Fry Girl. She talks about Michael B. Petty. I mean, she's really going for the bigger channels with the most subscribers. She doesn't really mention the smaller channels too much. She's always going for the channels that have the most subscribers. Like she's a fisherman, and she's putting on her fishing hat, got her little fishing pole. She's going to go to the pond and start fishing, just trying to get those extra views before the end of the month is up. So rage farming, channel baiting, deliberately mentioning different channels. Is it any coincidence it's at the end of the month, near the end of her pay period? No, I think not, because it's something that she's done before. But I wanted to give my thoughts on her podcast. Yeah, that's what she wants to call it. I don't call it that. And see what you guys think. So let's just go ahead and bring it up. And I'm not worried because I got my copy already, Shantal. You're not going to dirty delete in the middle of my react, ma'am. And if you do, I can always start over. So anyway, so you guys are looking at it. For the first time, she's using, it looks like Streamlabs. This is Streamlabs. Why didn't you use StreamYard, Shantal? Why are you using Streamlabs for? And if you have a platform like Streamlabs, why aren't you showing your face? Aren't you always yelling and screaming to the reactors that we don't cam up, even though, hi, here I am. This is your first podcast. Shouldn't you be showing your face? Yeah, I think you should. So the hypocrisy of it all, yelling at the reactors, saying, you should cam up. You guys hide your appearance. And yet, dun, da, da, using a picture versus her real face. Little something for y'all. She is talking really, really fast in this podcast live thing. She's talking really, really fast. Like she's not sick at all. Which is weird. She's supposed to be in a lot of pain. That's the picture she painted for us when she was on the couch. But yet she seems like she's just fine. As a matter of fact, in this live, she says that her pain level is at about a level 1. That means you're not in much pain. So you lied when you were on that couch saying, I've got sciatica pain. It's so terrible. Because sciatica pain, when it's bad, I would say that's about a level 5, 6, or 7, depending on how bad it is. So you're a liar. I'm sure your back hurts, but not to the level that you are saying, Shantal. But you know what? I'll save the rest of my thoughts. Let's let Shantal talk for a minute.
I just want to start the stream with a bunch of hellos. Candace, Carolyn, I need a sound check from you guys, so please let me know if it's okay. Everyone's social worker, hi. We're at the Overlook Hotel, yes. So pick your rooms, but I just suggest that you stay out of room 237 because there is a creepy witch.
Brooke is over there saying, what the F is this garbage? I love it. I love it. What is this garbage indeed, Brooke? What is this garbage indeed? It's Shantal. It's appropriate. She eats garbage. She talks trash. Her lives are trash. It's appropriate. It's absolutely appropriate.
Decaying in the bathtub, okay? So this looks fun. Thank you. So I have a lot to talk about. And actually, Brooke, you're never happy with my content. What do you want to see? How can we make Brooke happy? Hearts in the chat for Brooke. Tian Sass already booked room 237. I'm not going to pick on Tian Sass because I see that she's not doing well.
Oh, thank you for telling on yourself, Foodie. See, we've been telling everybody she watches everyone. She's interested in every channel. She watches everyone, so she just self-confessed. She watches Tian Sass. She watches all of us, everybody, looking for any little mention of her name. I love how you tell on yourself. It's so great.
And she has a cute cat now, so I'm going to be nice. Lindsay! Hi, Lindsay! Room 313. You're not superstitious, Lindsay? All right. So, Turbo Toots, Niker, Heart for Brooke, thank you. Hi, Vamp Diva, what's happening? Well, okay. So, what's happening is, hello, Rudy, 2:39 p.m. Rudy, it's 11 39 here. You'll take room 666. Trigger me, Elmo. Hello. What is this? Okay. So, um, all right, guys. So this is the Beezing Hour podcast. It's basically just a live stream. I'm, I'm streaming from the laptop because I'm more comfortable in bed right now as I'm healing. And I figure for this, it's better to cam off so I can be ultimately comfortable and not have to show you my private room. So that is why I'm off camera right now, okay?
By the way, y'all, Kuwait is about 8 hours or 9 hours ahead of the Western world, of the United States or even Canada. So she did this podcast at around midnight. I was in Are You Serious's chat and I did ask, Are you serious? Like, what time is it there? It was around midnight. So there she is, Miss. I am so happily married. My husband loves me so much. Girl, you're over there raging and having a live chat at midnight. Where's your husband? And would your husband be okay with you live streaming at freaking midnight when he's trying to sleep? Because you weren't trying to be quiet here, you weren't keeping it down. I mean, if he were in the other room, I'm sure he's not going to be happy with you running your gums and keeping him up. So, unless he's completely out of the house, he's going to be in a bad, bad mood.
My avatar's cute. Hi, Cass. Girl, my dog period blood absolutely stinks. Ew. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Ghostface Beezer. Did you know February 1st is World Hijab Day? No, I didn't. So,
A moment of silence, just so you guys can hear the frogs. They're singing again. They're the peepers. By the way, a few of you have gotten in my comments saying you like the sound of the frogs. Believe it or not, I actually took my iPhone outside to get like a little sound recording to make an ambiance video. And I also tried to use my microphone. Like, so far, I haven't gotten a recording downloaded on my computer, but I've already got the video portion of the ambiance video. I just need to get the sound off my phone and the chords being a real biatch. So I'm working on like the frog swamp type deal ambiance. Just won't let you know, but just you hear the peepers. There they are. They're singing. They're my co-reactors these days. Okay, break over. Let's go.
yeah, so I have some things to talk about. And it's just, yeah, it's just gonna be like talking to you guys. I don't know. I'm thinking of like doing more interesting streams. I've never used Streamlabs before, so of course I had help setting it up. But
That is so sad to me. She's been on YouTube for how long? And I'm a smaller channel than Shantal. And I've not been around nearly as long. And I know how to use StreamYards. I figured it out. It's not that hard. And Streamlabs is very, very similar. She knows how to operate StreamYard. She cammed up and she went on StreamYard for like 60 seconds. So if she figured out StreamYard, she could figure out Streamlabs. It's just that she don't want to go on StreamYard or Streamlab with her camera on because there's no doggone filters. But it's so sad to me. Miss Professional YouTuber wants a 100K channel, does not know how to use StreamYard or Streamlab. Get educated, Shantal.
yeah, so this is very like basic. I can't even figure out how to get rid of the background on my little avatar picture. I would have liked to have put myself like
That's a simple fix. That is an absolute simple fix. On StreamYard, you have a section on your studio that says uh, basically custom, that controls your background, that you can turn on your camera or not. She knows how to do all this stuff. She's lying. It's not that hard to figure out.
in behind the desk. So I'll have to figure out how to be more creative. Um, yeah, it's the Shining. So the background is that this is the Shining themed stream. So every stream, I think I'm going to pick a different theme. So
And
also,
sorry to interrupt again, but I just want to point this out. So this is her first time using Streamlabs, right? She just told us that. And she's saying, I really don't know what to do. She had to download the picture from The Shining. She had to upload it on Streamlabs and make that her background, then upload another picture for her avatar. Yet she's claiming she doesn't know what to do. Okay. Lying liar who lies.
I have a become a Beezer goal. So if you want to become a member, you can become a member and it will show up there. I have the alerts set up, special alerts, and for super chats and for members, and also, um, the alerts. I think I'm going to try to tailor them to the specific theme of the pod. Like, what's a podcast?
Okay, so you guys can see what's going on with the top left, right? Become a Beezer. Do you know what would help people sign up to you, Shantal? Doing quality content. Where's the quality content? Because this ain't it. You're asking people to become a Beezer and pay the extra $5, but you're not telling people that might be potential members, if they sign up, what they have to look forward to. What are the perks to being a Beezer versus just a regular chatter? Like, what are the perks? What are the advantages? What are the bonuses? Are they going to get extra emojis? Are they going to get a certain number of members only streams? What do they get versus what you get? You're wanting something from people, but you're not saying what they're getting in return. Why should they spend that extra $5? Hey, I'm just asking questions. If you are someone you're trying to sell something to somebody, you got to have some selling points, do you not? Like, you are someone you're saying, buy my product. So the consumer has a right to ask why. Why should I buy it? Why should I invest my money into it? Why should I pay $5 every month? What do they get out of it? You want, but you're not willing to give.
What's the difference? Is a podcast just one subject? I don't know. This is going to be a few different subjects. Um, I used to try Streamlabs and now I forget everything I learned about it.
She never tried Streamlabs. She's a liar. She tried StreamYard, different program, same concept, one time. One. She put it on once. And once she saw her real natural face in the camera, within 60 seconds, she cut it off. She never used it. She went right back to her camera and all those doggone fake, phony filters. I don't think she's ever used Streamlab, ever.
Thanks, Turbo Toots. Okay, if you reach the goal, will you end the stream? No. I'm at the gym doing a double leg day. I'm shaking. I'm on my last two sets. Oh my gosh. I wish right now, Blocks, I could do a leg day. So do a leg day for me because I need leg day really bad. Hi, Megasaurus Beezer. Oh, I will pray for you for sure. For sure. I think a podcast is what you make it. Talk about world events. I don't know. I'm gonna look. I don't know. I'll try to see what I can do. But hi, Pew Pew Tasha. Cam up foodie. Yeah, now I'm like everyone else. I'm not gonna cam up for this.
Boo! Boo! You're not going to cam up. Boo! After all the yelling and screaming, saying, they don't cam up. They're cowards. They're fat. They're obese. They're ugly. They're grotesque. Why don't they cam up? Why don't you? You're yelling and screaming at the reactors to cam up. Why don't you? So you're yelling at reactors for not doing something that you're not doing. You know, show some courage, Foodie. Cam up. For real. without the filters. Do you know how stupid you look? Yelling and screaming at the reactors for using an avatar and then doing a podcast and you're not even showing yourself. Do you know how cowardly that looks? You're making yourself look bad. I love that the most.
Yeah. Lisa P. Member for 8 months. Very important, Beezer. So you guys are peeking through the Beezer hotel and saying, "Here's Johnny." So ready, set, bees. I can't give you an arm wiggle, obviously.
So again, she said, I've never used StreamYard. I don't know what I'm doing. And yet all these little gifts pop up when she gets a donation or something. Somebody had to set that up. Did Salah set that up for her? I think she had help with that. I don't know if she was able to figure that out on her own. But since he's a lamer gamer, he would know about all this stuff. So he's over there helping her in the background. Yet she's not going to cam up. Okay.
Obviously, but yeah. So, all right, this is just a trial stream. You guys can leave suggestions, whatever, and I can try to make it more entertaining for you because right now this is like the content I'm most comfortable making with my Bedbound series. And I'm not joking.
What? What? Did y'all catch that part? I don't want to go back to it, but she said, this is the content I'm comfortable in doing for my Bedbound series. So the whole Bedbound thing is, it's now going to become a series. Foodie, 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 foodie. Anything for shock, huh? Anything for drama, anything for views. Let's play on this sympathy of people. Let's yell and cry and scream about your phony sciatica pain. And people in the audience that have had back issues, or maybe they are bedbound or have been bedbound for a short period of time, they're going to trauma bond with you. Oh, you've got back pain. I've had back pain. Let's be friends. Pathetic. Pathetic. When you can use entertaining content to bring people to you, keep them on your channel. You don't like the reactors. You accuse us of being thieves and stealing your content. No, we don't steal your content. We just take your content and make it better. You cook with no spice. We take your dish and we add seasoning to make it more tasty, more palatable, easier to swallow. If you really hated us and if you want the most views, what you could do is step it up and do great content, and people might stay on your channel versus getting bored to death and going elsewhere just to keep up with the story. All we do is give people a choice about how they want to watch your content. Do they want to go to your channel and watch it? Would they rather go someplace else and be more entertained? Because there's humor and wit and intelligence and extremely intelligent talking points added in, and people make their choice. Nobody forces anybody to watch anything. People make their choice. So if there's more people choosing the reaction channels to watch your content than watching it through you, there's something to that. And instead of getting mad about it and jealous and hateful, take that as constructive criticism. Go back to the drawing board, go back to the table, drop another blueprint, and put yourself to work. If your content is entertaining, people will stay with you, right?
Literally, okay, so what I'm going to start with first is health updates. So, a regular schedule. Yeah, that's true. So a podcast will have a regular schedule and can be anything. I'm doing a butt day sitting on it. Hi, cool gamer. This is rad. Right, right. Streaming app is called Streamlabs. Okay.
I'm not taking credit for this. I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. I'm wondering if Chantal got the idea for this podcast from me doing her mukbangs and taking out the visual and just leaving the audio. I'm just wondering because it seems so out of the norm for her. Like, where did she get the idea for this? I'm just curious. That's all.
So, um, so health updates. So I today the Celebrex was not working. Okay, so at all, my pain is increasing, and now I have numbness all down my leg. Like I can't feel a lot of my whole leg. It's like really, it's numb. Okay, so I somehow in the most excruciating pain. Hey, Jessica. Hi. Here's Chantal. Don't assume it's like.
Okay, I'm going to give my opinion right here, right now, and what I think Chantal may be doing. Remember, this is a may. This is not a definite thing. I don't have receipts. Considering her last live streams and the things that she was saying and the way that she was behaving, my opinion only, I think she's doctor shopping. I think she's looking for how possibly for pain medication that she can misuse and abuse. That is my opinion. The last live stream she did, the bedbound one, she got a sparkle in her eye when talking about certain pain medications. Like she's like, oh, this one here is not so good, but this one over here, yeah, I'd love to get a hold of some of that. It sounds like she's doctor shopping. She wants to find the doctor that she can go to and say, yeah, my back hurts so bad. Can you give me some really strong medication? And they'll give it to her. So I don't know if you're doing that, Chantal, but that's dangerous if you are. Just looking around for a doctor to get some pain medication with the highest dosage and take that so that you can feel good or high in some way. You might want to stop that. You've already got enough health problems. AR in the chat says, don't just assume it's sciatica only. You're high risk for sinister, dangerous complications like blood clots, cancer, etc. Get a scan ASAP. Well, that would require her actually caring about her health, wouldn't it? And we all know her attitude about that. So, you know, there's no sense in tossing pearls before swine. And that's an old saying. Don't toss pearls before swine. They'll never appreciate it.
Sciatica only. Well, no, I'm gonna have to have like other tests done, but for now, what we're trying is, I somehow got my butt to the clinic. Um, I was like, Bismillah, Bismillah, the whole way, like, just please God help me. I was in so much pain. I had to get dressed in stages. I had to like first roll off the bed. That was painful. Go to the washroom, which is torture. Then I had to put my pants on, lay down, let the pain subside a bit, get up, and I hate this because I told Salah, I'm like, there is my hijab fell on the floor and I cannot bend to pick it up. I had to wait for him to come home and get the hijab off the floor. And
I would also like to say my opinion on her so-called sciatica pain. I don't think she has sciatica pain. Does she have back pain? I believe she does. And I feel that the weight has a lot to do with it. I mean, not to be rude, but just to put things in perspective, considering that Chantal is 5 feet tall, she's over 500 pounds, she carries a lot of the weight in front of her. If you think about it, she's carrying the weight of one or two grown adults in the front of her body. And she's short. She's a shorty like me. She's short. I'm 5'4". She's about 5 feet tall. She's carrying the weight of two fully grown adults in the front of her body. I'm sure her back is in immense amount of pain, but does that mean sciatica? No. It just means that her back, especially her lower back, is under an increased amount of pressure. Yet she won't lose weight. That would help her immensely if she did. But she's not going to do it. But do I think she's got sciatica pain? No. Because watching her last live, she was, wiggling all around. You can't do that with sciatica. One wrong twitch and you got the devil's thunderbolt going down your back to your leg, and it takes your breath away. You literally want to scream. You got that full body spasm, like, ugh. Like it takes your breath away. It's just that bad. She doesn't have sciatica. She even said that her grandmother had sciatica pain. So I feel she's borrowing off of her grandmother's experience and trying to act like it's her experience. She's faking the funk for attention from her audience and also possibly from Salah. Oh, I've got sciatica pain. I can't do anything. Here, come here and massage me, do things for me. She wants his attention. So she's playing the part of the walking wounded to get it.
It's not fun. Okay, um, so I get to the clinic, and I've heard people, like commenting that people assuming that I'm gonna run. I make fun of Canada all the time. I don't make fun of Canada. Okay, every country has its pros and cons. Um, doesn't mean that Canada's perfect, and it doesn't mean that that's not what I say when I say I don't want to live in Canada. But they think that I'm going to run back to Canada and take advantage of the healthcare and be a burden on the system.
You are.
But no, I have a visa here. People don't believe that, but I have a visa here, and I'm able to access.
Ma'am, you're on a tourist visa. You are not a permanent resident. You are on a tourist visa. That's why every 90 days you have to leave and then come back. If you were a permanent resident, you wouldn't have to leave every 3 months or file for an extension. You are not a citizen of Kuwait. You can't be. You would never pass the physical, ever. You're there on a tourist visa. And speaking of that, Shantal, you've gotten really lucky so far. I mean, all the coming and going, back and forth, back and forth. At some point, you're going to get caught. Someone's going to notice the frequency of which you leave and return. It's going to raise an eyebrow. And at some point, somebody somewhere is going to stamp your passport and say, you can't come back. So go on home and don't return. Trying to hide out in Kuwait away from your problems in Canada is not going to work.
Healthcare. So for very cheap healthcare. So like the entire treatment I'm on, the entire visit was like 2 KD. Okay, which is like pretty. That's what expats pay. So, um, what happened was I went to the clinic, and um, I was in tears. Like I couldn't hold it in. This pain brings me to tears like a baby. Okay. Um, Tizzy Dawn, I'm going to touch on that after. That's one of the things I'm going to.
Okay, so there are people in Shantal's chat that are trying to get her to strike at people. This person, Tizzy Dawn, says, why don't you defend yourself and strike Yaba asking for a friend? No, you're not asking for a friend. You're asking for yourself, maybe because you don't like Yaba. There's one thing I can't stand. It's people getting in somebody's chat and suggesting for the creator to strike somebody. Especially you freaking beezers suggesting for Shantal to do it. Oh, why don't you strike so-and-so? Why don't you strike her? They even suggested for her to strike me. There was somebody in Shantal's chat a while ago that was telling her to go after me. I hate these little cowards in the chat saying, Why don't you go after this person? Why don't you go after that person? At the same time, Shantal's that person. She's broken TOS, I don't know how many times, to the point where she lost her channel. She got it back, but still she lost it. But she's broken every single terms of service there is many times over. But you people in the chat say, go after this person, go after that person, using Shantal to do your dirty work because you got a personal vendetta against a creator. Why don't you make your own doggone channel and get cammed up and have something to say? Stop trying to use somebody else to do the dirty work that you need to do. How about that?
I'm going to talk about. So this looks ridiculous. Well, would you expect my attempt at a podcast to be any different? Like, it's my first one. Go easy on me. Okay, so
I'm sorry. I'm going to go on about this for just give me a minute. Like I said, I just don't like people that get in other people's chats. And if they got something to say and they got a vendetta, make your own doggone channel. Make it. Put your opinions out there, or the reason why you're not doing it is because you don't want the smoke. You want to throw rocks and then hide your hands. You don't want to do your own dirty work. Cowardly, absolutely cowardly. Make your own channel. Say what you got to say. You know, cam up. Put your opinions out there. And then you'll find out what it is to be a content creator. But don't use somebody else to go after somebody because you don't like them.
He just looked at me and like, you know, I must have looked pitiful. And he wrote a prescription like right away. So basically everything is done in that same area. It's like a clinic hospital kind of thing. And I had to go to the treatment station, and you know, a bunch of nurses. I was so almost delirious in pain. I didn't even really know what they were talking about, and I just like I had to like I couldn't even sit. It's more comfortable to stand, and it's extremely painful to stand, but I cannot sit. So I stood up and kind of leaned against the gurney.
And here she is talking about she is bedbound with sciatica pain and she's not going to move. Although anybody that's had it, you know, that's the worst thing for you. It's not going to make the pain go away. With sciatica pain, the one thing you don't want to do is the thing that you should do. Like, it's an automatic thing. If you're in pain, you don't want to move. But with sciatica pain, you got to move. That's what makes you feel better. So she's over there like lounging out on the couch, lounging on the bed. That's not going to make the pain go away. It's just going to get worse. You got to get up and move. Sciatica pain is not muscle pain. It's a nerve, and nerve pain hurts. But you got to get up. You got to move.
And they injected me with a needle as long as the Sheik Jabber Bridge, or as long as the Wall of China. Hi, creepy. Into my right and into my left upper buttock like area.
Okay, now that's interesting that she says that. Because for those of you that watched the video that I put out earlier, like all the different articles I was reading and all the information I was giving, when it comes to super morbidly obese patients, because there's that thick layer of fat, they have to use the longer needles to get through the fat to get into the body. So it sounds like, Shantal, that's what they had to do with you. They have to have long needles to get through that layer of fat, just to get in on through to put the medication in.
And whatever it was, I don't know.
What?
It instantly made my head light and my heart.
Wait. Stop right there. So you went to a clinic and you got pain meds and you don't know what they are? The doctor didn't tell you? He just went to the back, grabbed something, came out, and then stuck it in you, and you have no idea what it was. Why does it sound phony to me? Wouldn't a doctor tell you what it is? I would think so.
Raced so bad I thought I was gonna throw up. So maybe some kind of like in steroid injection is what I'm guessing. Um, I leg amputation. I don't know. Hi, Beezer Girl. So this is the pain meds they're giving me is this injection. So I have to go every day for now for the next few days to get this injection. And also I have to take this cocktail of vitamins and I think it's like B12 and something else. So part of the treatment is vitamins. So um yeah, I haven't been like officially diagnosed, but I told the doctor my symptoms. I said I talked to another doctor. They suggested Celebrex, but I'm probably gonna have to get imaging done. You know, they're gonna try this for now. Like right now, the pain management, I really can only go to the clinic and lay down. I don't even know if I could get an X-ray right now. I
Okay, this is just another thought running around in my head, and I want to share it with y'all. She has very serious health problems. She's on different medications. Why not go to a hospital? I realize that hospitals are very, very busy with very sick people and you have to wait. But considering the gravity of her situation, all her health problems, why not go to a freaking hospital? Why does she keep going to these clinics? Is it because of the cost? Is it because she can get in and out of the door quickly? Or is it because by going to clinics, if she's shopping around for different pain meds, there won't be a record? Is that the reason why you keep going to the clinics, Foodie? Because if you were to go to a hospital, they're going to keep a careful record on what you're taking and how much. So maybe it's easier to do doctor shopping through the clinics. I'm kind of getting that feeling. I really am.
I can't. Like I had to be wheelchaired back to the car. I thought I was gonna pass out. It was so bad. It was so freaking bad. So I don't wish this pain on anyone, not even the people whose guts I hate on this platform. I'm just kidding. Hello, Blush. Hi, everybody I missed here. Hi. Hi, Mike. I like your disco stew. Um, Here in Kuwait, we have great health care. Kelly James. Yes, the healthcare is pretty good, I would say, so far, from what I've experienced. When the doctor got the wheelchair, she screamed, "Not this type of wheelchair, Applebee's." Yeah, honestly, like, I just want something for the pain, just something for the pain. Um, so yeah, it's time to euthanize. How I was feeling, honestly, no. I don't know, messy girl. They compare like the life of an elderly, chronically ill cat to a human. They're sick in the head. What can I say? So,
I just want to bring this up real quick, Chantal. Do you remember what you said about BBJ? If you don't remember, let me refresh your memory. When talking about BBJ, you said, oh, she's old and she's sick and she's going to have to be on medications for the rest of her life. So, what is the point of keeping her alive? And here you are. You're older, you are very sick, you're on medication. So, do you have that same attitude towards yourself as you do towards, say, pets? Hmm, makes you wonder, doesn't it? You'll have one certain attitude for your pet because of her age and her health and being on medications, but yet you're in the same position, aren't you?
I'm laying down. The best position that feels good for me, only my bed because our bed is from IKEA and it's very very comfortable and plush. The old bed we had was hard. Even the couch is too hard for me to lay on. I can't sit. I don't want to risk getting a flare up again. Like right now. So the injection actually, like I felt the pain melting away, but I can still feel like a little twinge of pain if I move a certain way. So I don't, I'm definitely gonna just not look forward to the pain coming back. But so yeah, this is the Shining Hotel. So for sure, my favorite position is just laying in bed, and that's what I'm doing. That's why this kind of content is ideal for me right now.
You know, for someone who feels a tremendous amount of pain, she sure is chipper, isn't she? Like, she is talkative. She is talkative. Man, you must be on some good pain meds or not in pain at all to be this talkative, Foodie.
Samoan says, "Why? What does a digital rectal exam do? Like, what would that benefit me? I don't
So Samoan says, demand they give you a digital rectal exam when you go for follow-ups. That person was obviously trolling. She's so stupid. She doesn't recognize trolling when she sees it.
even think I can get in and out of a bathtub right now, Callie. It would be really dangerous." Blush, yeah. A lot of people like to lay in bed. I've tried stretches trigger me, Elmo, and they've exacerbated the pain.
Why?
I tried cold, I've tried heat. Turkish coffee, what is this? It's my bedbound series. Anastasia, I this is my favorite movie.
Can I just say though, this whole thing is unusual for Chantal, her not showing herself. But can I express my appreciation over the fact that if she wants to do a live and not show herself, I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that because at the very least, we don't have to see her eat anything, do we? Because y'all know how I feel about that. So if this is what you want to do, Chantal, this is what you want to do. I'm not sure how your subs are going to like it, but I'm cool with anything where you're not eating. So please go ahead.
So it's comforting me right now looking at the lobby. All right. I want to clarify on something. I see people like in my Q&A. I don't know, actually not my Q&A. I don't know when it was that I made a comment about never truly, I think it was, I never truly lived alone. I only lived with a smelly roommate. Okay. People just, this is, okay, this is just assuming, but don't completely stop moving. Yeah, I actually standing up feels better than sitting down. Hi, Lizette, but laying, it could, I don't,
So, for no random reason whatsoever, Chantal decides to go after Pete's, insult Pete's. Remember, she is the content creator. And even if somebody makes a comment or they ask a question, you have the option as the content creator to not answer a question, avoid it, ignore it. There's many different ways to handle it. But here she is talking about Pete, her supposed best friend since high school, saying he's a smelly roommate. Anybody want to tell her? Anybody want to tell her that she wasn't exactly smelling like a bouquet of roses? Is she confessed to all of us in the Cuba Rage that she smells like barracuda and ricotta? And even Pete said she smelled like old cheese. That doesn't sound pleasant to me. But going after Pete, talking about Pete here, Chantal, you may not want to do that because Pete is someone he's got 17 years worth of dirt on you. And you've been extremely lucky that he still cares about you. He could still drop the dimes on you. If you got on his last nerve, he could sit down at his computer and fire it up and make a series of videos exposing all your dirt and make a crap ton of money by himself without your help. 17 years with you. He knows where all the bodies are buried and in what order. And although he's been nothing but loyal to you, loyal to a fault, this is the way you're going to repay his silence and his loyalty by trashing him, may not be the smartest idea.
They haven't said it's diabetic neuropathy. Um, it feels more like sciatica to me, only because the pain starts.
Stop. It feels like sciatica to me, but she's not been diagnosed with it. She's just taken a guess. She went to Dr. Google. Oh, this is what's wrong with me. You're just saying that. You don't know for sure. And if you went to a clinic, didn't they diagnose you? Don't you know for sure? Are you doctor shopping? I'm going to keep asking that question. Are you doctor shopping? Are you looking for some kind of pain meds and attention from Salah? Are you looking for an excuse not to do walking videos? Because it feels like all three.
Starts in the butt cheek, like really bad. Like it feels like I got shot in the butt cheek, but then it's like it is numb. I didn't even feel them putting the needle in the right butt cheek to inject me with whatever they injected me with. Okay. I don't have fibromyalgia. Yeah, it's the Shining Lobby. The Overlook Hotel, the Stanley Kubrick version, is the best one. I always say the made for TV is garbage. Sorry, Rebecca De Mornay, but okay. So, ugh, let me readjust my body. I'm like a seal right now. Num num Stephen Hawking these. No, Pete's does not smell, okay? It was, do you guys remember I told you the story about that roommate I had that, um, my first roommate, he listened to Avril Lavigne and he was horribly unhygienic and, um, but
Not
not just him.
not the
It
most
was
listen, not the most unhygienic YouTuber ever criticizing somebody else's lack of hygiene. Not her. Not with everything that we know and that we've seen about this woman, the woman who lived in the villa. And remember, she lived the way that she wanted to live. 3 feet worth of garbage on her bedroom floor. Couldn't even walk a straight line from her bedroom door to her computer. Like she had to step over things. The house was so filthy, the cats were peeing and pooping on the carpet because the litter boxes were so filthy, bragging about mummified food in her makeup drawer. There was rotting food in her fridge so bad that even with the door closed, you could smell it. I mean, I could just keep going. But imagine somebody that disgustingly filthy putting down somebody else's hygiene.
the fact that he would always buy garlic bologna and he would leave his cold cuts open in the fridge. So whenever you open the fridge, the whole kitchen would smell like garlic bologna, and it was disgusting.
You know, if I had to make a choice between smelling garlic bologna and barracuda and ricotta, I'm going with the bologna. The bologna is an easy fix. The barracuda ricotta, not so much. You know, it's just, you know, I'll take the bologna, thank you.
So yeah, I'm vaping a little bit. There is a made for TV Shining in the 90s, and they personified Tony, like they have him as an actual like person, like a spirit. Hi Susie. A cortisone shot? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I, I don't believe that she went to the doctor and she has no idea what they injected her with. I just can't. If you get anything done to you, the doctor is going to let you know what's being done. They'll let you know. So how does she not know? I'm sorry. I've never in my life heard of a doctor that you go in, you got some kind of pain, and they just give you something and inject you with something. You have no idea what it is. I would think that's something you need to know. Just in case you're taking something that might interact badly with the shot.
You know? How am I washing myself? Well, I did manage to have a shower. It was actually having a shower, like, I don't know if it's the hot water or what, but having a shower after I'm in the shower standing, I can, I have a very quick shower, very quick shower.
Okay, so for those who do not know about Chantal and her infamous showers, even when she was at the villa long ago, when she was 150 pounds lighter, her idea of a shower was 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. And you can see how large Chantal is. I mean, I'm a much smaller person, and it takes me a good 15, 20 minutes to bathe myself. And she's of a bigger size. And if you're of a bigger size, you've got to wash everything, all the folds, all the creases. You've got to wash that sweat away, all the dead skin, all the filth to prevent skin infections and fungal infections and whatnot. She literally go in, don't use any soap, just get the water on her skin, then come out. Now she's trying to say, I took a shower. I don't believe that.
Because just to make sure I don't like the spasms, it's they come and go like contractions. Like 1 minute I'll be standing and it will be an aching pain, and then the next minute it's like a sharp Charlie horse pain. It's so bad. So,
No, 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 no. Sciatica pain is not a Charlie horse pain. It's entirely different. Charlie horses do hurt. Yes, they do. But sciatica pain is a thunderbolt from HELL. It hits you out of nowhere. You don't see it coming. You just feel it when it's there. It takes your breath away. It is horrible. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. She just, she's borrowing off of her grandmother's experience. She's never experienced that kind of pain.
so you have sciatica in both legs? Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh no. If I lived in the USA, I wouldn't be able to live because of my health. I'm grateful for the NHS for keeping me alive. Nothing perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. You know, a lot of people are in debt because of healthcare. Diabetic and steroids raise your sugars. Oh, I hear that, Anna. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I hear that.
that's something you should be thinking about, Chantal. You're spending all kinds of money on takeout, making your health worse, making your weight increase. What would happen to you if you had a serious medical emergency that kept you away from YouTube and in a hospital for weeks? That would be devastating because you live paycheck to paycheck. You don't have any money saved. And Salah and his family, I'm sure, are not going to front the money for all your medical bills, of which there will be many. Considering the information that I found out today about what hospitals have to go through to care for super morbidly obese patients, all the things they have to have, all the many staff that have to take care of you, you're living paycheck to paycheck. So if something happens, and if you go in the hospital for, say, a week and you can't come out, or 2 weeks, that's a lot of money. That's expensive. And you are paying in Canadian dollars, not the Kuwaiti dinar, which would make it 3 times the amount for you. You don't have any health insurance. When it comes to health, either pay now or you pay later. And usually when you pay later, it's much more expensive. Much more.
Hey, JB, this is the Beezing Hour podcast. Oh, and I can also mute my mic just like this if I need to for anything at all. Okay, so the smelly roommate, because people are coming for me. Okay. I was watching the Gaining Ground live stream because he's actually naturally funny and he's not um, a jerk. Sorry for lack of a better term, but he's not a complete jerk like a lot of these hate channels. And he was talking about Michael B. Smelly. I didn't know this loser was still around and he was still coming for me. Like, are you kidding? You have issues. If you're still freaking out on
Again, I just want to point this out. Do y'all notice a pattern with Shantal? There are many reaction channels. There are many archive channels. There are many clip channels. She always goes for the ones that have the biggest sub counts. Like if you've got a large channel, or if you are a small channel that is growing very, very rapidly, you're high on her hit list. But if you're someone very popular and you got a lot of people on your channel, she's going to talk about you the most. If you're a small channel, she really doesn't give a crap that much. But if you're a bigger channel, she's definitely going to have your name on her tongue. That's why she's talking about Yaba, the YouTube Underground. That's why she's talking about FFG. That's why she's going after Michael B. Petty. Because a lot of people like Michael. Here and there, she might mention smaller channels, but she doesn't want the small fries. She wants the big fries. She's doing it on purpose. She is rage farming and she is channel baiting. It's the end of the month. She wants those extra views. She wants the people that she specifically names to talk about her to get more exposure for her channel. So if you're a small channel, she probably won't mention you by name because she knows if she does, that channel is going to grow. Any channel that she names outright, they're probably going to grow because the majority of the people on her channel are hate watchers. But if she goes after you and you're a bigger channel, she's doing it for a reason. She wants the extra exposure. She's very conniving, our girl. Very conniving, very calculated.
Twitter, like I just picture him punching the air in the middle of nowhere. No one's listening to you, Michael B. Smelly. No one's listening to you.
That is entirely wrong, madam. A lot of people like Michael B. Petty. He posts on Twitter, very entertaining tweets. Why does that bother you? He's on Twitter, different platform than you. Why are you so concerned with what everybody else is doing on other platforms? You got your nose all over the place. You're checking out TikTok. You're checking out YouTube. You're checking out Twitter. You're in everybody's live chats, on their community posts, even tarot card readings, which are none of your business. You're everywhere. You're trying to control everybody. And that makes you angry when you can't control everybody. You can't control the narrative because people have their opinions about you. Well, there's an old saying, if you don't like it, don't look, don't listen. You aggravate yourself if you pay attention to things that you know are going to aggravate you. You set yourself up for that. So no sympathy if you are irritated. You put yourself through that. Nobody invited you to our party.
But this does tempt me to make a Twitter just to report all of the crappy hate Twitter channels out there that contribute nothing but garbage. Garbage.
Shantal, we already know you're on Twitter somewhere with some account. The things you say in your live streams, you're on Twitter. You always claim other people send you stuff, other people show you stuff. I don't believe that. I believe you got your eyes and your ears everywhere. You've got sock accounts. That's been proven, Charles Reed. You got your sock accounts. So you want to get on Twitter and report people for what? For expressing their opinion? You need the same thing on YouTube? How's that working out for you? Not working out so well, is it? Why even bother trying? You can't make up your mind. One minute you're saying, I'm not going to pay attention to these people. I'm not going to feed into that trauma. I'm going to ignore it. The next minute you're confessing to how much you do pay attention. Pick a lane, madam. You're all over the road.
But I'm kind of lazy, so who knows? So I saw him accusing me that on Gigi's live stream that I would ever insult Pete's like that. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't insult Pete's like that. Pete's is not smelly. It was my other roommate that I had, and his name was actually James, believe it or not.
Pete's real name is Jamie James. So I guess she is talking about Pete's, because what are the odds that she's had 2 roommates by the name of Pete's? Now, I don't know everything about Shantal's history, but I do know that she was with Pete's. They were roommates before. They were involved before. They started out as roommates, and then they turned into a relationship. They were engaged. Shantal cheated on Pete, James, with several men, including BB. Then she left Pete for BB. She was with BB for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years. Then BB had enough of her BS, tossed her to the curb. There she was with her bankruptcies and her bad credit. She latched on to Pete because Pete had a good job. He had money. He had credit. She used him to put his name on the dotted line so she can get into the villa. Her name was never on the lease. They lived together for a while. And then she met up with Natter, and she wanted to leave Pete and the cats behind for Natter. That didn't work out. And then she got with Salah. So if she's saying James, that would be Pete's.
But it was mostly from his garlic bologna, anyways. So, anyways, yeah, this guy just like is so obsessed with me. Like his entire Twitter page is disgusting hate. I feel bad for you.
Thank you for telling on yourself again. Don't we love that about Shantal? She lies, but then she tells on herself. She just told on herself. His entire Twitter page. Girl, what are you doing? You're going through his entire Twitter page? You're not even looking at one tweet. You're looking at all of them. You're looking for stuff. That's what you're doing. You're looking for stuff. You're looking for reasons to get mad. You're looking for things to react to. But I'm not surprised about that. But I love how you tell on yourself. You just did it. His entire Twitter page. How many entries did you read? The whole thing, huh? Did you go back years? Keep telling on yourself, though. Please keep going. Keep going.
You actually at this point, Michael B. Smelly, sweaty, smelly, because you just scream insecurity, like insecurity, mean girl. Like you're just so miserable with yourself. You just take it out on me all day. So I'm gonna pray for you. Okay, you need it. Thank you. So I wanted to clarify that. That's one thing I definitely wanted to clarify.
No one needed her to clarify anything. Michael's not even doing like reacts to her. He's just saying his stuff on Twitter. She didn't need to clarify this. Nobody asked her. Nobody asked for this. None of it.
Pete's hair was filthy. Well, sometimes greasy hair, yeah, whatever, you know. But like he didn't smell. Like this roommate I had before, he did not ever shower, and he always had gross garlicky cold cuts and they would just, yeah, you had to be there. Um so yeah. So I already touched on that, but like another thing I always hear people saying, like, apparently um Yaba and Scam are striking people, which a lot of people are, coming to me with saying, are you going to address that? How hypocritical of them, because these morons, these hateful morons, have been using my image, using me and my content, all of it, all of it. They put their kids on the bus or whatever they do, and then they fire up a live stream and they just completely fat shame. They're horrible, they're hateful, they're disgusting people. And
And, ma'am, what do you do for content? What is your content? What is your content? In simple terms, what is your content? Your content is self-harm content. You can't deny that. It is self harm content. Because when you sit down and you have a huge meal for 6 people, you are hurting yourself. You are hurting your health. It is self harm content. You are monetizing harmful behavior and looking for people to enable you and to fund you. And you're also looking at YouTube to monetize you and fund you. You're not just sitting down and having a simple meal, it's self harm content because there's no possible way to have a problem with food and do mukbangs and think that's perfectly okay for your health. It's not. Your content is harmful for you and anybody who watches you, especially those that have issues with food. So you want to criticize somebody else's content? What about your own? Are you a shining example on YouTube of great content? You're not. You're absolutely not. And you say the reactors are hateful. Are we hateful or are we just truthful and you don't like the truth? You don't like how we deliver the truth. Maybe the truth is harsh. Maybe it's hard to listen to, but it's still the truth. And maybe truth is what you need to hear all the time, every day. You don't need people to back up your self harm behavior or content. You need people to call it out, to make you realize that what you're doing to yourself and your audience is wrong. You're doing wrong to yourself. You're doing wrong by posting what you do to the public eye. It causes a lot of harm. So if you're doing negative stuff, don't expect praise. You will get none. You want praise? Do stuff that's praiseworthy. I'm a fair person. You do something good, I'll say it's good. You do something bad, I'll call it bad. But if you're hurting yourself, I'm not going to praise you for that. Never.
For like hours, my content. They'll just play my entire streams, all of my content, whatever. And now they're striking other creators like Belinda and like whoever else I don't even know. I don't know the whole tea, but they're striking people um, who are using their content or using their image in the thumbnail. And people are like, so now that you know this, are you. Hi, Teardrop. Hi. Hi, Tina. Diamond Form. Um, I thought you weren't going to address people anymore. Well, whatever. There's nothing else to talk about. So, anyways,
And there you have it. I'm talking about this because there's nothing else to talk about. This is her podcast. She could talk about anything she wants. She could make up something. She could go do some research somewhere and bring a certain topic to the chat for a podcast. See, she hates the reactors, but at the same time, she's not shy about turning us into a talking point or content when she needs content because she's too lazy to find something interesting. So we reactors, we steal from you, right? We steal your content, even though you have the content. We don't take it away from you. We just make a better version. You hate the reactors. You call us thieves. You don't like the fact that people make the choice to watch you through us versus you. And yet, when you need something to talk about, you talk about the reaction channels. So if the reaction channels weren't around, what would you talk about? More food? Salah? What would you talk about? You need us to have something to talk about, and you just said so.
um, yeah, basically, people are like, "Are you? What are you gonna do about it?" And I always get that. So I always get that. Well, you're the only person who can do something about FFG. You're the only person who can do something about these hate channels. And I have so many emails reaching out to YouTube. I strike them all the time for hateful content when it's hateful. I don't just go and strike channels randomly who talk about me, or do parodies of me, or who, hi Melly, hi Beezer, hi Tiffany, hello my Beezers.
So she said that she strikes channels all the time. She reports channels all the time. I haven't heard of anybody going down though. I mean, I'm on Twitter and I'm on YouTube. I have yet to see somebody post and say, I lost my channel because I got reported. So, what that tells me is the channels are within the terms of service. We are following the rules. If YouTube says you have to transform the content, you have to give commentary, you have to make it different than the original, that's what we do. We do it in live streams, we do it in recorded videos. If she's reporting a bunch of people and a lot of people still have their channels, that means they didn't break any rules, did they? So she's running around with her little report block button, report, 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 and nothing's happening because no one's doing anything wrong. And she hates that. She hates the fact that she can't control YouTube. She doesn't make the rules. She's not the boss. Therefore, she doesn't have the say so. She's not the boss. She's an employee. She's a worker bee in the building. She's not the CEO on top of the building in the big office. Same reason why she's mad at TikTok and Twitter because, again, she doesn't own those platforms. Shantal, you're the one breaking the rules. YouTube has their policies against glorifying issues with food, and you're trying to skirt around those rules and make it to where YouTube doesn't take a look at you. But the more you report people, the more you raise a fuss, the more they are going to be looking at you. And I know you're trying to push yourself to that 100K mark because you want that plaque. But understand this, before they give it to you, before they send it to you, they will do an audit of your channel. And if they see a bunch of dead subs, they're not going to give it to you. But keep spending your money on bought subs. I mean, keep wasting your money. I love that for you.
Ready, set, be squeaky from. And a lot of you are probably not even going to know who I'm talking about because you probably don't follow a lot of them, but some of you do. Um, People think that I don't do anything. Oh, I do. The thing is YouTube does nothing. YouTube does nothing. So there's nothing unless you want to help me out, like people who are suggesting this and message me or email me, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But YouTube has, when I reach out to YouTube directly, when I reach out to my YouTube manager, who I keep ignoring because they're useless at this point, I don't care if you're watching, like they reach out all the time. Can you set up a time to talk about how we can make your channel more successful?
Yeah, YouTube Manager, they're not about just being your attack dog. YouTube Manager, they give you suggestions about what you could do for your channel. They're not there to be your attack dog. I have YouTube Manager. If you're a content creator, you can just pull it up on your studio. Not too long ago, I got a spoof phishing email saying that my channel was in trouble. I went to my YouTube Manager and I talked to them in a live chat. And I'm like, can you please look at this for me? Because this feels like a phishing email. And they looked at it and said, yes, it is a phishing email. So we all have YouTube Manager. She's not the only one. But YouTube Manager is not an attack dog. I don't know why she thinks it is.
Well, the problem I'm having with YouTube is not, what I want is somebody to do something about so many channels stealing my content and using it as hate content and making a hate community out of it. And they can't help with that. They're like, well, we have a very good reporting system. No, you don't. Your reporting system is crap. SHIT. It's crap. Hi, Life with Ron.
Imagine the nerve of this one. that when she was in Canada, she enjoyed all the freedoms and privileges of the Western world. She lived the life that she wanted to live. She went where she wanted to go. She ate the food that she wanted to eat. She could get in her car and drive around and go where she liked. But the nerve of this one, being a Canadian woman, YouTube is an American company, Shantal. You got a problem with YouTube and its policies and how they do things, and yet you should be kissing YouTube's feet the way you kissed Natter's feet. You'd be kissing those feet and saying, thank you for allowing me to be on your platform and make money the way that I'm making it, because without you, I would be in dire straits. I don't know where I would be, because right now at this point in time, I am not employable. I'm so physically sick and ill, I couldn't even get a regular job. But because of you, I can make money. So thank you, YouTube. Instead of being entitled and bratty and putting down YouTube and saying, they're useless and I don't know what's wrong with them. Oh my God, shut up. Just shut up. If you got a problem with YouTube, go somewhere else. If it makes you unhappy to be here, find another platform that makes you happier. Feel free to explore the internet. Find another means of income. Put a little gratitude in your attitude, lady. Without YouTube, you'd have nothing. You got no backup plan. You got no backup job. You got a backup sandwich, but you don't have a backup home or a backup income. A little gratitude in your attitude is appropriate, I think.
I had an issue with Yaba ever since she made those videos about Gina and won't even remove them after she died. Is that Little Mama? Yeah, this person apparently, I don't know the full tea about it, but it's been talked about on many channels. Whenever Little Mama died, rest in peace. I don't want to bring her up. I want to. Teardrop has become a member. Where's your Oh, here it is. You're awesome. Never forget that. Thank you, Teardrop, for 9 months. Wow. Thank you. Ready, set, bees. I love the alerts on this. I got to come up with more creative ones. All right. She um fired up a live stream the next morning. And I heard that they tried to find out. I don't know for sure. Maybe you guys can correct me. Tried to find out if it was true, like investigating, like calling. I don't know if she called the coroner. I don't know, something like that. But talking about the validity of it, kind of like downing on the husband. Like you don't do that. It's just it was gross, anyways. The behavior. So, um, hey, I can see my message on the screen. Can I get Lexi? What is it? Oh wait, I can't see. Oh hi Lexi. Foodie Beauty, the Bayless Avril. Hello. Hi Krista. Solitaire. So yeah, these people have been bullying people online forever and ever and ever. And I mean, no matter how evil people are on the platform, um, they're always going to have an audience, right? So, I mean, but some people are starting to see how gross and hypocritical they are. And one of those hypocritical things is the fact that they strike people, um, but for using for using their content, but they use my content for years. That's all they've been doing. So it's like, hi Jessica. I really don't get it. And I don't know what else to do. I cannot copyright strike them because copyright claiming is
You know what, Chantal? Listen, you've been complaining and griping about YouTube for the longest. It's not your platform. You don't own it. You're not the owner nor the CEO. You don't make the rules. You don't make the policies. Just go with the flow. Okay. You're a content creator, same as the rest of us. You have a channel, the same as the rest of us. So you don't make the doggone rules. I remember a long time ago, you were cool with the reaction channels. You understood it was a symbiotic relationship. You made the content, we react to you. And yeah, we're going to get some views. We might get some subs. We might make a little bit of coin, but it helps you because you can't talk about somebody even in a negative way without in a certain kind of way promoting them. You understood that and you were cool with that. You and Amberlyn Reed both. You were cool with people talking about you and reacting to you. You were fine with it until you weren't fine. And where you stopped being fine was when your money started to go down, which is not our fault. It's not our fault that your content started to suck and it got boring. That is your fault. Your own members, your VIBs have been telling you, we want interesting content, yet you refuse to give it. You want to stick to one kind of content. You want to sit down, eat a meal, post the video, and get paid for the meal. Essentially, to get reimbursed back for the money that you spent on the food. That's your system. That's what you choose to do. And your problem is that you run all over YouTube coveting people, watching other channels, watching their views, watching their subs, watching their engagement, get mad because they're getting more engagement than you. That's because they put more time and consideration into their content and they interact more with their audience. And they don't abuse their audience like the way that you have. Even the recent Q&A that you did, you were snotty. You were rude. And you wonder why people get turned off from that and don't want to sub to you. Like making so many mistakes as far as being a content creator and growing a channel. Your channel is not growing. Because honestly, in my opinion, you just don't have a passion for your channel anymore. You don't have a true passion for your content. There's no fire there. It's just maintaining a certain set of embers and keeping them burning so that you can get a little bit of money. But you don't even care about what you do, and it shows.
You have to have copyrighted content, and I don't, right? And I'm not about to go and get a lawyer and pay for copywriting me rolling down a hill. You know what I mean? So they're all the same, exactly, and they all have the same audience. Um, you know, hi, Melissa. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I get a lot of that, criticism.
Oh, this person, Melly, says, we love you, girl. So do the haters whose bills you pay. She don't pay my bills. She's not my entire income. There are a few channels doing extremely well. Those are the OGs that have been around a long time where they had a channel that just blew up. But a lot of us are just smaller channels. And YouTube does not pay that much. It's just at the most little side money, little shopping money. That's it. She don't pay my bills and rent.
Criticism from people, and it's kind of like people are, oh, Melly, here's Johnny. Remember for 13 months? We love you, girl. So do the haters who bills you pay. Thank you, Melly. It's true. Actually, I saw people commenting that too. Um, like even if it's so sad, I feel bad for you, Yaba and Scam, because even if you're not talking about me, you have to put a picture of me on your background, like where my Overlook Hotel is here. They have to put me as a picture because otherwise people are just not going to be there. And even when she's there talking about someone else, they're like, we want to talk about Foodie Beauty. So maybe I should be flattered. I don't know, but anyway, um, you said you were going the legal route. Listen, I definitely have a legal case. Definitely, definitely against certain people. The thing is I have to be in Canada. So like I'm not going to upheave my life and live in that negativity. Like, it can be so stressful going through a legal case. Are you kidding? I'm not going to go back to Canada just to go to court.
She's acting like she has a case. She claimed that she was going to sue FFG. That never happened. She claimed that she was going to sue Natter. That never happened. She's talking all buck right now. I'm going to sue these people. I've got a case. No, you don't. If you take someone to court to sue them for something, then the burden of proof is on you. You have to prove your case in order to win a case. She's got none. She has no grounds to sue anybody for anything.
Court, for this kind of thing right now. And just no, I don't think I want to do that. But we'll see. I don't know what the future will hold, but for now I'm trying to focus on getting better, Broken record content. I know. They'll never take them down. That's why you should do a reaction channel. It would be so entertaining. I know people say, well, you don't do a reaction channel because you're not good at it.
You're not.
I know I can burn their asses on coal.
Then do it. You're claiming that you could teach us all a lesson, right, Shantal? You could teach us all a thing or two. You could put us all to shame reacting to us. Do it. Please do it. We're waiting. We are just waiting with bated breath. Show us how it's done. Take us to school. I want to see it. Come on, Shantal. If you're the queen of insults and reacting, take us to school. Make us all feel like we're in kindergarten again. Come on. Come on. We know you won't, because we got receipts all day. And if we don't have them on us, we'll find them. Any and every lie that you tell, we got a receipt to prove you being a liar. Everything. We got archives, baby. All day, every day. Hundreds of hours of footage we can just go through, sift through, find stuff. God bless those archive channels, man. They got everything. And she knows it. She knows that we can expose all of her lies. Anything she says, we can just go, oh, really? Here's a receipt, and here's a receipt. You want some more? Here's another one, and another one, and another one. She don't want to get it started. She wouldn't even really be a reactor, giving an opposing side to a discussion or an argument. She would just be that person that she would just throw insults. Oh, you're a big pee-pee head. So it would be an emotional reaction versus a giving an opposing argument or discussion reaction.
Can do it. Trust me, it's easy. The problem is that I feel like I'm lowering myself to that level and like I'm becoming an immoral, shitty person, or not a good Muslim when I'm talking about and gossiping about other people.
But you just spent this entire live stream talking about other people. So what's the difference between sitting down and doing a reaction video and doing something like this? In this live stream, you're talking and gossiping and slandering about different people. Is there really any difference? Anything? Anyone? Bueller? You're in this live stream going off about different people, but a reaction video is like, oh, I can't do that. I'm a proper Muslim. Come on, Shantal. Come on.
So unless I can find a way to do it that's like humorous, the problem is these people all don't have senses of humor about themselves. You
don't have a sense of humor about yourself. You're soft. You don't like criticism even when it's nice. Anybody that criticizes you, they're automatically a hater. They're fat shaming you. They're fat bullying you. Which is weird because you don't want to be fat shamed and fat bullied. At the same time, you call the reactors fat. and you try to make weight into an insult for somebody else. So no one is supposed to remark on your weight, but you can talk about somebody else's weight? How does that work?
They block, they cry. Go in FFG's chat. You say one thing sideways about her, she's blocking you and dissing you on Twitter for like 5 days. So hi, punk rock.
Man, for someone who's not on Twitter, she sure knows a lot about Twitter, doesn't she? Keep telling on yourself. Keep telling on yourself.
Why is this that we're looking at the screen? Are you just doing this StreamYards? So basically, I did mention, but I'm like kind of bedbound right now. I'm staying in bed to recover from the pain of the whatever it is with my leg. I'll call it sciatica, but um,
Oh, so that's what we're doing. We're calling it sciatica. So she claimed that she had sciatica pain. Now she's just calling it sciatica. I'm getting a flashback right now, y'all. A certain flashback. The flashback of the time when she claimed that Natter did DV to her, an essay. And then later on, she said she exaggerated the claims. That's right. She exaggerated the claims. If things like that happen to you, you don't have to exaggerate nothing. The truth is all you need. So here she is again saying, I got sciatica pain. It's so horrible. Now she's saying, I'm just calling it sciatica. Boy, you're the biggest liar ever.
the only really comfortable position I'm in that doesn't like cause more of a flare up is laying in bed on the side that's not my sciatica side. So the sciatica is actually on my right side, and so yeah, that's why I'm like in here, and I don't want to like put an abaya and a hijab, and it's hard for me to get dressed like in the pain I'm in. So I'm in comfy PJs and just laying down and just being comfortable without having to worry about showing like my whole room. You know what I mean? They just make a ton of assumptions and their audience takes it as gospel truth. I know, I know. I know. Like one of my questions in the Q&A had almost 700 likes, and I know where those likes are coming from. Zombies. Like I don't know if they
You know, what do you care? You deliberately did a post where you said, post your Q&A questions right here. You did that fishing for engagement. You knew that would get engagement. People would post their comments and their questions. You did that on purpose for the extra engagement and for the likes. What do you care if there are zombies or not posting that stuff? You got the engagement. Shut up. That's what you were looking for. And then when you did the Q&A, you were rude. Absolutely rude. So in your community post, you got what you wanted from the audience. And then when it came time to pay up in the way of answering questions, doing it on a monetized video, so you got the engagement and then you did a video, made money off of that. Let's be rude to the people that gave you that engagement, that gave you those questions, that provided content for you that you can make money off of. That's how you handled it. One day the Beezers are going to wake up. I think. I don't know. Who knows?
share brain cells when they join the live stream, like all 4,000 of them. It's like but one of the questions was like, would you they think that I'm living here by myself, that Salah has left me and I'm just living here.
Okay, so there I am in the chat. That's me saying you aren't. I thought I was posting in Are You Serious's chat. She can confirm this. I was in her chat. Then while I was in Are You Serious's chat, Shantal went live and I pulled up her stream in another tab and I just got confused. So if you see my name in there, that's why, because I normally don't go in Chantal's chat. That was my mistake. Sorry, I was not feeling good today, wasn't paying attention. So you're going to see a few comments from me in the chat.
By myself, like it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And all you have to do is exercise a little bit of critical thinking and boom, there you go. I mean, I don't know if people just have rose-colored glasses on. I mean, I know what that's like, and once it wears off, you're like, what the hell? When you see the truth, you see the truth. I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, it's been years, and people just assume that, especially with me, they just think that people.
Like, I thought this entire time I was in Are You Serious' chat, and I was actually in Chantal's. I didn't realize my mistake until it's a little bit too late. My boo-boo. I'm owning it, though. I'm owning it.
Can never change. There's some things about me that haven't changed, sure, but there's a lot that has, specifically a lot of my life circumstances, you know what I mean? Um, so I'm getting I think it's it's an injection for pain. So I have to go to the clinic every day, and I hope I can make it there. Have you tried propping your feet so high so less pressure on your lower back? Actually, Teardrop, I haven't tried that.
See, I even thought I was in Are You Serious' chat because I just addressed her. AYS, are you serious? It's the end of the month, need that money. So I thought I was in her chat. I wasn't paying attention where I was typing.
So basically, do I just lay on my back and then put like pillows under my legs? The type of comments you get do make me laugh. That French fry you ate was enough to feed a family of 10,000. I deleted those comments because they peeved me off. But honestly, I got so many of those where it's like the fish, okay? The one fish I ate, someone was like, what are you doing, girl? This could feed my family of 5 for like 2 days. What are you feeding your family? Like a few gills? I don't understand. Are you giving like your son a fin, your daughter a fin, and then like somebody the head, and then
there I am saying, what WTF? Because people were commenting, there's a rose over there in the other chat, and I got so confused.
I really don't know, because like you must be starving your family then. Should someone be concerned? Hi, Linda Marie. They say that to try to get Salah to come on camera. Yeah, I know it's not going to happen. Obviously, I mean, but it's so stupid, you know. Hello, Rosalind Reacts.
Don't say hi to me.
What else did I miss?
Do not say hi to me. We are not friends. I made a mistake being in your chat. That'll never happen again. Don't say hi to me. We are not friends. I don't like you. You hurt animals. Goodbye.
Just Breezing is sniping. Well, of course, another person with personality of I like saying these comparisons. Hi, Rina Roo, of a communion wafer. And the mentality of a 16-year-old schoolgirl has no content of their own. Anyway.
Okay. And of course, some of the Beezers don't like me. Like, ABC is like, oh, Rose, is the room, are you going to get ready to go read your fake cards, you evil witch? I don't need the cards to read, Shantal. Honestly. Some people you just don't need your cards for. You can just look at them and tell them what's going to happen to them. They're just so predictable. Chantal is one of them. Do the cards give insight? Yeah, they do. And they tell on Chantal. Sometimes they're screaming at me to tell on Chantal. But here's this person saying, you're going to go read your fake cards. I'm an evil witch. Honestly, ABC, I am Wiccan. Hi. Yes, I am Wiccan. Blessed be. So yeah, I'm a witch. Although I'm cool with anybody believing in whatever they want to believe in. Hey, what's you is you. Yeah, I'm a witch. And why y'all hating on the tarot over there?
I hope that I'm glad. I'm glad you're remonetized, Breezy, just so that your daughter can go to Disneyland. That would be awesome. So What did I have for dinner? Well, because I can't cook, we ordered frischwelle, which is chicken and rice. But I'm definitely thinking of watching a lot of videos on foods that don't spike your blood sugar. I think that I'm gonna like really try um very no like refined carbs. I think I am gonna limit the carbs a lot and just try to eat more veg and maybe like an apple and like some.
And that's me saying, I'm confused. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm hearing AAS talking in her live chat. Am I in the right chat here? So I'm like, that's when I realized my mistake. I'm like, oops,
Cheese and
this will not happen again. This happened today because I just had the two tabs open, and I'm like, I was in one chat, she had this open, I wasn't paying attention. This is my bad, and I'm owning it. I like to leave Shantal alone. I don't like to get in her chats. This was just it was a mistake.
proteins and stuff like that that don't spike your blood sugar, because I am like actually really concerned about blood sugar levels now. Like I'm really scared about this diabetic neuropathy. Like that's no joke. Like what if it is that? Like I have to heal my body, you know? So um why is everyone mean to Rose? I don't know. Don't know. Salah doesn't cook messy, girl. Not everyone can cook, you know? Like he's offered to make basic things, but I don't know. He's gonna be out of commission as well soon. So anti-inflammatory anti-inflammatory foods like tomatoes. Ah, I love tomatoes and cheese. I could eat that every day for sure. With like a side of salmon and like a bunch of vegetables. Yeah, I could totally eat like that. I don't have honestly, if there's any silver lining to having this much pain, pain will make you not want to eat. That's why one time whenever my friend was in labor and I saw the amount of pain she was in, like throwing up, before they gave her an epidural. There was a woman in labor in the family room, and her family brought her a friggin' bucket of KFC.
Why are we talking about food again? Foodie, this is supposed to be your podcast. Okay, you can talk about anything. You talk about food in your mukbangs. You talk about food in your regular live streams. This is supposed to be your podcast. If you're doing different kinds of content, why can't you do different subjects? Not the norm. Experiment a little bit. See what pops off with people. But no, same stuff. Same stuff.
And she was chowing down. Um, I won't say what the surgery is for, messy girl, but it's a Twitter account attaching your image to a doll voodoo doll and burning it. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe that's why I have health problems. Hi, Tris and Maddie. No, I don't believe in voodoo. So, but that's really sad. What even is this? It's me, Frey.
Okay, so this person, Poomer, I don't know if this is true. I'm on Twitter. I have not seen what this person is talking about. Poomer says, at Foodie Beauty, there is a Twitter account attaching your image to a doll voodoo, doing foul things to the doll, burning it. That's strange. I'm on Twitter and I haven't seen anything like that. But if somebody is doing that, you know, putting her image on a voodoo doll, that's just bad energy, first of all. That is bad energy. Secondly, anybody that doesn't like Foodie, whether you are doing rituals or magic or not, listen, nobody has to do anything to Shantal. Nobody has to send out that energy into the universe that they want to do her harm, cause her harm. Nobody has to do anything. Just back off, and let karma do its work. She's sending out her own energy into the universe, and she's dealing with the consequences of her bad energy and her bad choices. Nobody has to do a doggone thing. Nobody has to hurt her. She's doing a fine job all by herself. Let her deal with the things that she does to herself. Anybody else trying to hurt her, you're going to end up hurting yourself too. It's unnecessary. Karma's taking care of it. Just let it happen.
Freya, this is the Overlook Hotel. Your imperfections, then they don't love you. They don't love you, period. So that's concerning that, and a lot of people have that mindset, even in 2024, and it's just so weird. On a scale of 1 to 10 right now, honestly, the pain is like maybe a 1 when I'm laying like this, a 1 or 2.
Okay, so you have sciatica pain, but it's at a level 1, which means you really don't feel much pain, do you? Because sciatica pain is up there. Up there. You're not in much pain. You might have some back pain. I don't doubt that. But sciatica pain, you ain't got that. That'd be a level 7, 8, possibly a 9. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that bad.
2. Before, when I was going to the clinic, it was like a 12. I'm not kidding. It was so unbearable. So I hope after a few days of having the injection, hi Peo Chocolat, it'll go away.
It won't go away. Whatever the injection was, whether it was for pain management, sciatica pain, it's a nerve. It's not a muscle, it's a nerve. How is a shot going to fix that?
The vitamins, Freya, yeah. I think that I need to take vitamins for, I think B12 is one of them. But yeah, Salah is taking very good care of me. He's amazing. He's so supportive. I mean, right down from just like helping me walk, helping me get dressed, helping me do everything, taking care of the pets. So, can you explain where you got the name Maria Pondu from back in the day? Honestly, messy girl, it just came up right there. That was the name, Maria Pondu. It's weird people think all overweight people don't deserve love. I know, I know. You know what it is? Vamp Diva! You need a grabber, a long thingy that grabs things. Thank you, Vamp Diva. Thank you for the super chat, love. I used to have one. I used to have a grabber. I don't know what I did with it. I think I gave it to my grandmother. And then I don't know what happened to that. I don't know. My family cleaned out her apartment whenever she passed, but pain issues since I took the long flight to Canada. So it must have been sitting for that many hours. I thought nothing's going to happen to me. No, everything happens to you when you're 40. Like, you're. Oh my gosh.
Why does she make
Hi, Jen.
why does she make it sound as soon as you turn 40 you fall apart? What is that? Girl, I'm 53. I'm not falling apart. Although right now I tore a tendon in my shoulder. It's been hurting for a while, and I stepped outside my house and I stepped on a nail. I'm injured, but I'm all right. But you don't turn 40, and as soon as you turn 40, you fall apart. It don't work like that.
Hi, Jen. The mobility walker, yeah. I thought I needed it. Yeah, I had a hard time walking even just to like the mailbox. I used to have Pete's go to the mail to get the mail every time. Even going down the first set of stairs was hard. Like, so I definitely am more mobile from in that sense. But I remember at my highest I was 400 pounds then.
Ma'am, You were 377 pounds when you were with BB. That was your last true weigh-in. You got on the scale. You pointed the camera down at the number. We saw it. So you were really close to 400 pounds then. You put on at least 150 pounds since then. Anybody can pull up your old videos, compare how you looked and how you moved to how you are now. It's a big, big difference. And if you were at a 500-pound range, to maintain that weight, you're eating 5,000 calories. And you recently confessed to everyone that you gained 13 pounds in 1 week. That's nearly 2 pounds a day. So let's do some math, y'all. 5,000 calories a day plus 2 pounds a day. That's another 7,000 calories a day, because there's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. 7 plus 5 equals 12. 12,000 calories. 12,000. So are you going to try to sell to us this idea that you're at 400 pounds? Because you're not. I believe that when you told us you were 535 pounds, that's not the exact weight you are, but it's close. It's definitely closer than 365 or 370. Not sure why you lie about your weight. Like, what is the point? If you have a channel where you're catering to certain kinds of people that get into how big you are, why lie about how big you are if that is your audience? If you are essentially a fetish model catering to a certain fetish, why lie about certain things connected to that fetish? I don't understand the thinking. Maybe one day you can tell me and I can figure it out.
And that's when I was doing, you know, McDonald's cheeseburger challenges. Go back and look at my mukbangs from the villa. I was eating, how many?
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Not only in this live stream did you basically try to rage farm and channel bait certain channels to talk about you, you're trying to fish for engagement and extra views on your old videos. Look at you, desperate for money. You're broke.
Cheeseburgers can I eat? Unhealthy mukbangs almost every night. I don't do that anymore. I do a mukbang once in a while, usually just what I'm having for dinner.
Ma'am, 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 ma'am. Your mukbangs are unhealthy. It don't matter if it's cheeseburgers from McDonald's or takeout in Kuwait. It's still unhealthy food. The result is still the same. It's not good for you. You gain weight. It's making you sick. Why are you acting like you're not doing unhealthy mukbangs when you have never stopped?
Which is an improvement from eating McDonald's almost every
No, it ain't.
day. I haven't had McDonald's like since the boycott. The fast food funeral. Hi, Pam Anderson. I'm 15. Everything aches. I get the B12 injection every 8 weeks. Ah. B1, B9. There's a B9. You love McDonald's? Heating pad and icy hot sitting with me all the time. I can give that a try. I'm willing to try anything at this point. You're supposed to sit up with your legs out straight.
You know what would help with your back pain, Shantal? Losing weight. You got all that weight in the front of you pulling at your lower back. That has to hurt. That has to hurt. The only thing that I could think of that I could compare that to, your extra weight, is the occasions when I had to move and I had to carry big, heavy boxes down 2 sets of stairs. Just, like you got a big, heavy box in your hand and you're holding it against you and you're just doing everything you can to hold on to all that weight before you finally set it down. I'm sure that's what it feels like for you. to have a huge amount of weight in front of you, and it's putting a strain on your body, and yet you can never put it down. You can never release it. It's attached to you. Not only that, but what also might be painful are the infamous fupa balls. I think the fupa balls have become the fupa apron, and y'all got to figure in to have a large amount of skin and weight hanging down off your body in the front of you, how much that has to hurt. And if it's hanging down, if she's trying to walk, that slaps against her legs, which causes more pain. I mean, lose some of the weight, Shantal. You'll feel better. If you lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, it'll help your body out with moving and breathing and all that.
And cross one leg over the other and back again 5 times and build up. Time I go live. Like, what is it? Not middle of the day there right now? It's a Sunday. Do you not have a family day? I mean,
Well, it's Saturday night or Sunday morning. I don't know what the time difference is in Kuwait, but ma'am, it's midnight where you are. Why don't you go to bed? Go. Why are you up late at night complaining? Who does this? All this complaining, all this negativity, not good for you. If you got an issue with food, there's nothing like negative feelings to make you eat more. That is the worst. When you're stressed out, when you're mad, when you're frustrated, you will eat more just because of that. It is not healthy to be up at midnight screaming at YouTube.
like FFG2, she's another pathetic one who pretends to have a life. I put a community post up. You know me, impulsive. I take it down, what, 15 minutes later, not even an hour. And
Yeah, you know what you're doing with all of that. You know what you're doing. You deliberately put up community posts or videos and then yank them all back down. What you're doing is you're basically saying, hey, FFG, I don't like you, but you got a large channel. I want you to talk about me today because I need some attention. And then she does it. So you know what you're doing. You know, like I said earlier, there's tons of channels on YouTube, tons of them. She cherry picks. She looks for the ones that have the most viewers, have the most subs, have the most engagement. Those are the ones she calls out specifically by name. If you're smaller, she'll might grumble about you here and there, but she won't say your name. Nah, she's looking for those people that are well known in the community, that have the big channels. And she's trying to throw out the bait, trying to get that extra exposure. She hates us, but yet she'll use us when she needs us, and she needs us all the time.
she's firing up a live stream about it. Like, who cares? You talk shit about me every day. I have a right to snap back once in a while. What do you expect? A warm hug? Like, obviously, I'm gonna give you crap, guys, sometimes. Get a life. Carly! Hi! How are you? How are you? What's new? Heated mattress pad. What the heck?
Oh, by the way, thank you to all of my subs and my viewers that got my last video, and you explained what a TENS unit is. I didn't know. I like to be educated. So thank you for letting me know. Hey, what do I know? I don't know about a bunch of medical equipment. I have no idea, no experience. So I like to be informed. So thank you for passing along the knowledge. I think that's cool.
I gotta try that. I wonder if I could get that here. Where did you get that? Amazon? Thank you. Dog crap. Like your mama says. Like, that don't just like that don't just hit the space bar every 2 seconds and are not super petty or contrive things for drama or go real life. Like, what would you think? Hi, Italian! Espresso, enjoy it. They don't have a way to make money otherwise.
Please, 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 Chantal. If your channel were not around, if you were not doing videos and live streams, I could go offline and make much more money. This is just side money. It's nothing. You know, look, you're on YouTube. You know the drill. You know the YouTube don't pay that much. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, how is that my problem? You know, it is my problem now. It's not my fault you're not interesting enough. Seriously, 2K views on your driving bees back from Cornwall stock.
She will not let that go. She will not let that go. Like FFG put out a video just driving, and she will not let that go. She is still going on and on and on about that. Your video only got 2K views. You want to talk about how many views she gets per live? How many people are in her live? Much more than yours. Hey, hey Shantal, this is something for you. Couple of things you should know. So I remember being in Erie Pepperoni's live chat, and she was ready to cover something else about you. I forget exactly what. But then you decided to go live right when she was doing her live. You just jumped on in. And here's the sad, pathetic thing. Erie having I think it's like 5K. She had almost as many viewers as you. You missed at almost 100K. Almost as many viewers as you. And then today, while I was in Are You Serious' chat, same situation. She nearly has as many viewers as you did. So channels are like 5, 6K getting as many viewers as you. Now, don't you feel embarrassed? When back in the day, I remember, Shantal, I remember I was there for it. When things were kicking off, when things were interesting, you could easily get 1,000 people in your chat. And you were getting super chats left, right, and center. You were getting membership signups left, right, and center. My, how things have changed. Isn't that something? So what happened? You just got stuck in your own rut. You decided you didn't want to try anymore. You got lazy. You got burnt out. And yet you don't want to do something to light the fire again. You're comfortable with the low burning embers as long as there's a little money attached. And you wonder why the reaction channels are growing. It's because we try. We're concerned for our audience. We listen to our audience. We engage with our audience. We don't treat our audience like crap. We're not going to do Q&As, ask people to ask questions, then when they do, turn around and act snooty. No, that's you. That is so you. For someone with a large channel that wants it to grow, you're doing everything wrong. And you blame everybody else for your bad choices and for your mistakes.
Walking me to Montreal, that's rough, especially when you're used to getting 30, 40, you know? I've never seen so many obsessed with one person they don't even know. I know. I know. When are you doing a whole pineapple mukbang? A whole pineapple. Yeah, I wouldn't advise eating a whole pineapple. No.
By the way, Shantal, you want to know how to entertain people? This is how you do it. I'm just going to shut up. Y'all hear the frogs? A moment of silence with the frogs. Unintentional ambiance. Enjoy. Okay, break over.
Howie. Oh, he's good. He's good. I'm all set with reaction channels unless it's music. People are so mean and just plain rude. Yeah, really. Yeah, so mom is more entertaining than personal attacks. Yeah, he if I were to do reactions, it would be like this. You know, it would be like something I would want it to be something like that. Something like organized, something like not just attacking one person with stupid insults about their body every time about the same things, you know? Like he has
Okay, Chantal, let's straighten something out here for a minute. You're taking things one way when they're actually perhaps another way. Let me give you a different perspective. You're looking at things on the defensive level of they're talking about my body. They're fat shaming me. They're fat phobic, right? That's the idea. You get automatically defensive. Being defensive is your default. Here's a different perspective. Why are we acting that way? Why are we talking that way? Is it to be insulting? Is it purely out of insult? No, absolutely not. Why do people remark on the size of your body? It's because it's shocking. It's shocking to see the rapid weight gain, the physical changes in you, like how much you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger so quickly. It's shocking. It's shocking to hear how bad your breathing is. It's shocking to see your lack of mobility. It's shocking to hear about you breaking couches and breaking chairs and breaking shower drains. As I mentioned before, these are things that have never happened around you. This is something entirely new. Even people that don't like you were all wondering, like, is she going to be okay? Like, I don't want to bring up someone who is no longer with us, but a lot of people know about Life by Jen, who's no longer here. What happened with her? Everybody's wondering, will you suffer the same fate? Considering that both of you had a lot of the same problems. So we're watching you, and we're watching your weight increase. We're watching you and seeing your clothes are not fitting. You're having trouble with your mobility, you're trouble with your breathing. It's scary. It's scary, Shantal. It's very scary. Because, as I said before, nobody knows what's going on inside of you. Nobody knows how bad your health is. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. But you don't know what the final tipping point is. And yet you're not trying to slow down nor stop it. It's frightening to watch you go through these changes and know that if you have issues with anything, you're the only one that can fix it. The only one. Nobody can make you. Nobody can force you. You got to fix it or not. If you don't fix it, there's a high probability that something medical might happen to you. So while you're being on the defensive, you got your shield wall up saying, they're just trying to be insulting. They're just being mean. It may be for other reasons. But just we're watching you go through these changes and it's like, geez, look how big she's getting. That's crazy. There's a sense of shock in that. Like, how bad is this going to get? Like, is she close to a tipping point? We don't know. We honestly don't know. It's scary when you watch someone go through changes like that and you don't know if they're how close to death they might be or if or when it might happen. So just look at it from that angle.
talking points and he makes valid arguments and he points out things. You know what I mean? Like the Gore World community is extremely hypocritical, and I'm glad that there's at least somebody. There's a few people that realize that, but everyone is too cowardly to call these people out. It's like it's worse than high school. Like it's literally have you whenever you were in high school, do you guys remember these evil these mean cliques of like
Cleeks. You want some cleats? What's wrong, Chantal? The Skechers ain't working no more. You need some cleats?
is it clique or clique? I don't know. These groups of
It's clicks. Clicks. The word you're looking for is clicks. Miss English major, clicks. Clicks.
teenage girls that were just like, you know, nobody wanted to say anything against them even if they were in the wrong. They had a bunch of yes men around them all the time, and like, they could never do any wrong. And
Kind of sounds like you with your channel and your beezers, doesn't it? Being surrounded by people, they'll back you up. You can do no wrong. Kind of sounds like you on your channel, Chantal. You and your hug box. You want nothing but yes men around you. You don't want opposing opinions. You don't even want polite criticism. Mean girl. Sounds exactly like you.
it was just horrible. It's just that's how it is. That's how it is. That's what Gore World is.
Okay, I like this comment. Consequence says reaction channels are part of your ecosystem. Like I said, good content is the antidote, not petty rage streams. Thank you. Thank you. Good content. Yes, it would be great, wouldn't it? It is part of her ecosystem. It's a symbiotic relationship. One hand washes the other. She was cool with it before. She ain't cool with it now because her money sucks and her content sucks. And now she's coveting and watching everybody. If she really wants to show us, she wants to flip us the middle finger, she can make great content. People would go more to her channel than to ours. That's how you fix that. But she don't want to do that. That would be too much work.
Ingrown toenails. Yeah, they're no joke. I would love to see you do reactions. Are funny they are not. Except your mommy's pretty funny. Yeah, he's naturally a funny person. He was a comedian, I think, anyways. So that's the thing. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people are entertaining, some people are not. And a lot of these people, like I said, have like just Breezin, have the personality of a communion wafer, but they try to get on the bandwagon and do what everyone else is doing, and they know that the more hateful they are, the more they make up stupid shit, like saying that he was like, what is this? I saw this. I didn't even touch on this, but apparently she was talking to a troll who was entertaining her dumbass for so long, thinking that Salah was messaging someone from Thailand, and they're so stupid. So this is the kind of crap they come up with when you don't have a personality, you don't have the intelligence to make up a valid argument, and you can't make talking points for yourself. You have to just parrot all these other hateful pieces of crap. And I actually feel bad for people who have to rely on that to make money. You can't just be yourself. You have to be a mean, hateful parrot of everyone else to make a dime on here. And who knows when your day will come. Gorlick Breath is already demonetized. Maybe he'll get it back. Who knows? But it's like a matter of time for these channels. They keep becoming more and more hateful. They keep doing more and more real life crap. And something's going to give. I mean, if you think that karma doesn't apply to you, but only to me and
Ma'am, you really need to stop worrying about everybody else's karma and worry about your own. Because with everything that I've seen with you, it sounds like karma's come to visit you with a long list of things you've done wrong, and it's time to pay up. On the financial level, you may have a certain amount of debt, but a karmic debt, you have to pay that. And you are paying that, in my opinion.
everyone else. you're insane and you have another thing coming and it will be bad when it does, you know? Yeah, there are conspiracy theories. Okay, what's the worst one you've heard? Oh, he already has it back. Really? But even him, like he's obsessed in a weird way. Like he comes up with the dumbest shit. And his voice is unbearable. But I mean, he doesn't use all my content, so I guess that's something, you know.
So she complains about people that use 100% of her content, but if a channel uses just little bits and pieces, that's still a problem. There's no making her happy. Even Dank Fupa, y'all, you got to check out Dank Fupa. There's so many great channels on YouTube. Oh my god, the reaction community was so full of creative people. Check out Cheyenne Jasmine, her latest parody where she has FFG and Pete's and Salah and Shantal and Dee and Natter. Absolutely hilarious. Well done, Cheyenne. It was a complete hoot. Cheyenne Jasmine, Dank Fupa. Dank Fupa's been knocking it out of the park with those videos. And Dank Fupa doesn't even use Chantal's original image. It's all, I believe it's AI voices and animation, but it's so well done. She even hates on Dank Fupa. So there's no making her happy. Use 100% of her content, she's mad. Use even a piece of it, she's mad. If you make something completely from scratch, she's mad. There's no making her happy. She's going to be mad at you.
I don't have the personality for YouTube. They're too shy. Yeah. Those reactors are the ones bringing all the attention to you and giving you the subs. Be thankful for that. Keep them coming. I guess there's that way, Gemini Gem, I guess. Because I do get a lot of people who say, I found you from a reaction channel. But then those people, if they think, they have the nerve to say, you need us, we don't need you. Literally, go look at their channel. There's not, maybe one or two videos that are not about me. So if I'm not on this platform, what are you going to do for content? More drama?
Here's a more important question for you, Chantal. I know you're over there thinking that you have all the power, like He-Man. I've got the power. You don't have all the power. Because whenever in the past there was talk of doing a blackout, just everybody not reacting to you for a day or two, you flip all the way out about that. Or if the reaction channels found someone else temporarily to react to instead of you, you flipped out about that. You know the reaction channels have power. That if there's somebody else on YouTube that comes along, that they're more interesting than you, that many channels finding out about that person, we start covering that person, their channel's going to grow. Then what's she going to do? I've seen it happen. Like if there's anybody on YouTube that's interesting, the reaction channels find out about them, their channels grow overnight. They start getting more views. Yeah, they got that kind of power. You got a whole community of reaction channels. They find out about someone, they focus on them, they'll leave you behind. Look at your friend Amberlyn Reed. Remember back in the day when everybody covered the both of you? And then not as many people cover her now. And Amber became so desperate for attention, she started reacting to herself. That could be your fate. So maybe you should stop complaining about the reactors and giving them headaches and reporting them and urging people in your audience to report them. How about just shut up and let us do what we want on our channel? Just get whatever views you can on your channel and stop being a headache.
Drives from Montreal for 2K views. Let's be real. Like I am your content. Like there's no way.
Well, can I just tell you something? Yes, you are the person that we cover, but there's not much to talk about these days. You don't offer much in the way of variety. That's why the reactors wait for the rage streams because A, that's when you're the most honest. B, that's when you're the most focused. C, that's when you're the most interesting. Either it's the rage streams or you eating food. And when you eat food, that's boring. You talk about the same subjects all the time. It's monotonous, very monotonous. You make our ears bleed. That's why we go for the rage streams. If you offered something else that was interesting, we'd happily cover that. Give us some variety. Anything, pick something. You don't offer any variety. It's either eat food and be boring or rage stream and be interesting.
Your channel would survive. Like nobody cares enough because the audience is very specific with FFG and Yaba, for example. It's all scorned people from my former chat or people who are just super like big haters. They have all my
Okay, yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Let's talk about that. She just said it. A lot of people that are on the reaction channel chats, a lot of people in the audience were once perhaps former Beezers, which begs the question, what happened? How did they go from being Beezers to not Beezers? What happened? You don't want to explain that part, do you, Shantal? Since she won't, I will. What happened was Chantal took her audience for granted. And there was a long, long period where she abused her audience. She talked down to people. If you were a Beezer and she got mad at you, she would verbally abuse you and embarrass you and humiliate you in her chat or on her community post. Call you out by name. Put you down. She would go on large blocking sprees, like 70, 80, 90 people at a time, saying, who wants to be blocked? Putting down people for sending her super chats if the super chats weren't large enough. Doing something like the postcard club, getting money from people, and then not sending out a single postcard. Openly scamming her Beezers. Her abusive, toxic behavior. This is why a lot of people gravitated over to the reaction channel side. Again, nobody forced anyone to be part of the audience. They put themselves there by choice. She made the choice to treat her audience badly and do bad content. Therefore, she lost people in her audience that were once loyal to her. There's a lot of people that used to be very loyal Beezers to her that they disappeared. They just got oversaturated with her BS and decided to take off. That's the part she's not telling y'all.
my haters concentrated in one chat, right? Because they won't get blocked there. You know? Hi, Golden Girl, hi! Do people highlight them to you? I think so, Lindsay. Yeah, I get notified.
So Blue Ridge Bunny says they would do retro reacts. They said that there's enough content out there to have years of content. That's actually true. And the retro reacts are more entertaining than her current content. Another reason to do retro reacts. Plus, it makes her mad. Makes her real mad when her past comes back and bites her in the butt.
Consequence, if you think that the same cackling and like grade 5 insults is funny, then you're one of them. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people with low intelligence that find that kind of humor funny. It's tasteless, it's dog shit. It is. I'm sorry. I found you from Jordy. I subbed to you and then subbed from him. My gain your and there are people who've done that for sure. Yeah. You know, like but yeah, Gaining Ground is another good channel. Like um I watch him as well. Like not all the time. I don't watch reaction channels all the time. There's a big time difference and just, but I found you through a reaction channel and found such enjoyment watching you. Thank you. And yeah, I can't. Anyway, Rita, exactly. Exactly. Right? And it's not just me. There's so many people who came after her for what happened with her lover. And but she just focuses on me saying it, you know? Like I don't know. Um thanks, Dan. Yeah. Focus on health, not the internet. No, definitely I have to focus on health. I also have to focus on the internet because the internet's my job, right? So it's not like this is just a hobby for me.
The internet is your job. You suck at your job, and you don't take your job seriously. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but if you have a job, shouldn't you be professional at your job? Those of us that work, whatever job we have to be professional at what we do. You know, take a shower, feed ourselves breakfast, go to work, maybe talk to the boss, talk to other employees, do the job well that we're supposed to do. You suck at your job, Shantal, and you're lucky that YouTube is the kind of place that you couldn't get fired. Because if it were, you would have fired long ago.
It's not. But yeah, I just don't want to become something I can't stand, basically. You know? I hate when people compare me to her. Like you're her Foodie Beauty 2.0. How are we the same other than being fat? Like I don't cackle like a witch and make fun of people on my entire channel. I don't stalk people at dispensaries. You know what I mean? People are also allowed to grow and become different people and better people. You know, I would never.
You know, Shantal, I'm going to be fair. I'm a fair person. If you'd experienced some kind of growth or improvement, I would give credit for that. I would. But over the years, I haven't seen you change in any way positive. No matter what the environment, no matter what the place, it's still the same. You're just putting on a different outfit. But the person you are underneath the clothes is still exactly the same. Only worse. You're getting more unhealthy now.
Chug a bottle of Wayne Gretzky liquor anymore and just be down in the dumps and be a complete idiot. Like, that's not me anymore, you know? I've done some really stupid shit when I was drunk, for sure. I didn't promise you a family size lasagna. I can make a family size lasagna and eat a corner of it.
Okay, you know what? I don't know if there's anything left. It sounds like she's starting to wind down a bit. You know, like Chantal's rages anymore. She doesn't have the energy to full on, full throttle rage. It's just like she's annoyed. She's only got enough energy to be highly annoyed. That's the most we're getting out of her. So I'll tell you what, we'll just cut it off here. The react is at 2 hours and 35 minutes anyway. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But wait, a moment of silence with the frogs. There you go. That's how we're going to end the react. The sound of frogs. So enjoy the sound of the peepers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See y'all later. Night, night.